Hello from the Dreamport Discord server. I'm ShadowsPub, bringing you Pimp Your Post Thursday. On the show today, we'll share posts, meet others, and have some fun. You can share your own post or someone else's you really like. To take part, drop the PYPT emoji into the show text channel. I'll add you to the list to take a turn sharing posts. When I call on you, add your post link to the text channel and come on voice to tell us about it. Keep it brief, like a short commercial for the post. If you can't do voice, it's okay. You can share by text, but text and the link must be ready to paste into the text channel when I call on you. You can have more than one turn, but you must use the emoji for each turn. Okay, and let's get started. I just realized I need to double check that everything's working on the right channels, and it is. So, in that case, we will start with MEA.
Hi.
Hey, how are
It's
you
been
today?
a while. Feeling fine. It's
Good.
been a while that I got the chance to come in here today, and I am here with a couple of newbies and meet with Douglas. I hope I am pronouncing his name properly. I think he needs a bit. Sorry, I think I didn't send the whole post. Sorry for the inconvenience. But he's a newcomer, and I believe he needs a bit encouragement too. And he looks like he cracked the code for himself. He looks like he achieved some things in his mind, and he is putting them into his life too. And I hope to see his good works more in the future.
You've done a good post there.
Yeah, for his first post, it is pretty fine.
It sure is. That'll be
I
interesting to
see
see.
somebody.
Go ahead, Stress.
Sorry for interrupting.
That's
I
okay.
see him together with one of the musicians that's has been on Hive for a longer time. Jesus something. I'd have to look it up. It's the photo that he is in a light blue shirt and the other person next to him. That's somebody that's on Hive for a longer time. So I think he had some help.
Oh, good.
Probably, probably.
I think that's kind of the key to onboarding people is indeed. Um, Thank you, Kitty Girl. That they have some help because it can be a little bit lonely if you're trying to navigate how to get onto to Hive. All right. Thank you, Vimy. And Chi, you're up. Hey, Abdul. She is having problems. Let's find out. A moment there. There she is. Okay. Hopefully you've got it all typed out. I think she was having some connection issues from the note I just saw up in the general. We'll give her a moment there to see what's going on. Abadad, you're with us. I know who we haven't tagged. Oh, It helps if I actually put that in properly. Try that again. Now she's tagged. That's like Bluefin did not estimate his timing very well. He also could have run into some traffic issues. All right. Good for you, Abinad. All right. She says, this is a post about my day when I was trying to finalize my project and all I could do so I could do clearance in school, the challenges I faced, and all. Ah, a personal post. Those are good. Thank you, Chi. Aw, isn't that sweet? Q's gonna give you a skipping rope next time, Abinad. And James doing a drive-by. And Luchelle, you're up. There we go. All right, Luchelle, tell us about this.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Luchelle.
Okay, it's just a simple post I made in the Livescape Thrive community. It's all about colors of life. Every week, there's a team color, and last week was about brown. So I wrote a little bit about the color brown and the significance and what it's all about, and also shared. Okay, just read the post to know what I wrote about color brown. And if it's your favorite color, maybe you can find a perfect shade of brown you love. Thank you.
Well, that'd be kind of a cool
And
little project.
love chocolate. Abinad and bipolar love chocolate. So they're also all shades of brown. Yes. Chocolate brown, coffee brown. Yes, all of them. They're
Those are the
all brown in
perfect
the brown.
colors.
Yes, they're all in the brown family.
Chocolate and caffeine, or coffee, I mean. Perfect colors.
Yes, yes, all of them are brown.
All right. Thank you, Luchelle.
Thank you.
Stress killer, you're up.
Yep. Hang on. I got the wrong browser again. Typical.
Gone are the days when we have just 7 colors. We never really had the days when there was just 7 colors unless you were buying a pack of Crayolas.
Right. Somebody was sharing this post of all-time classic cars with lovely shining and bright colors, and I was actually reminded like the way it used to be. Nowadays, if you go to a showroom filled with cars, it's gray, gray, um, recycled plastic gray, and trash can gray and gray. It's really depressive if you see the colors nowadays on the car.
Wow. I haven't looked at vehicles in a long time. But yeah, they did have some cool colors back then. Which is kind of interesting when you figure that Ford started out was you could have any car you wanted just as long as it was black.
Correct. There was a T Ford.
Yeah. So he definitely it definitely caught on that color was important, and now we've gone full cycle to let's take the color out of it. Hmm, something wrong with that. All right.
Yeah, it's almost like they sell the cars now in primer instead of in paint.
Also, they're flat gray too.
Yeah,
Oh,
most of them are.
I'm gonna have to do some poking around and see what showrooms look like here. I hadn't noticed that they had gone to that type of a setup. Kitty girl, you're up.
Well, this post is in response to a recent contest we had in Ladies of Five talking about situations where people do not heed advice, things go wrong, and then an I told you so comes up. And this author is talking about a time when she recently got in that situation. And she said that she was, well, the post is good, but I thought the real meaty part of it was she said, I was caught between wanting to help and wanting to get away from that energy, meaning the energy that caused the situation. And also because honestly, victimhood puts me on alert. When someone settles into the role of victim, that place where one disconnects from one's own power, it repels me. I know that victimhood is oftentimes a passive way of manipulating or not taking responsibility. But in the end, we're still going to have to take charge of the emotional situation and get ourselves out of it. And I thought that was a really fantastic analysis of the situation.
Yeah,
And
so,
yeah, it's you give people good advice, they don't heed it, and then they suffer for it, but then you suffer too because they're complaining and carrying on with you about, it didn't go right. Well, if you'd have listened to me, I was trying to save you from that heartache. But, it's saving ourselves from having to go through that situation too. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. So that's what I took from this post. But read the whole post, and you probably will find other pearls of wisdom in there as well. I thought it was a good entry to the contest.
it sounds like it. I have come across people that they really are not happy unless they're being a victim in some manner, and it's usually made up victimhood. Kind of
Yeah, and it's so exhausting being with people like that. It just drains your energy.
yeah. As soon as I identify them, I try to remove myself with their presence.
Well, I put in the comments that I have left friendships over that in the past when people were perennially being drama queens and victims, but it's hard when it's a family member doing it.
Yeah, it is. But I've been known to deal with family members that way too. Abinad, you have won the one HBI. I find that with a family member, if you get blunt with them about, you know, what you think of their behavior, they don't want to be around you for some reason. Then I don't have to remove myself, they remove themselves.
Well, that's one way to do it.
And I'm going, bye bye. It works well. Needless to say, Artemis does not play victim. Ever. All right. Emrys, you're up. Emrys, are you with us?
Mm. Yeah, I can hear you.
Ah, there's your link. I missed your link. It was almost up off the screen.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about this.
Okay. Um, Recently I've been trying as much as possible not to write any government-related posts because wherever in Nigeria in our posts recently, it feels like we are complaining and our country is immune to development. But in this post, I find myself writing about our government situation again. But in this post, it was more about the health sector. So in every society, there are different sector in it, and one of the core sector is the health sector. But the health sector in my country has gotten so bad that in some hospitals, we now have the health practitioners using torchlight or lamps to perform surgical operations. So got ourselves wondering if probably a strike would change things. And in this post, analyzed what would occur if health practitioners should decide to, use strike as a means to turn things around for themselves. So that's what the post is about.
All right. Well, that's an interesting approach. Health care seems to be a friction point in a lot of countries. And yet
Well,
you'd
in
think it
my own
was.
country,
Go ahead.
my own country is a lot. I mean, in my own country is a lot worse. I mean, it's like when professional decide to go on strike in my own country, the government decide to use some kind of career blackmail on them. For most health workers, they are meant to prioritize the well-being of the patient over their own, ego and all. So if the health workers should decide to go on strike, that would mean they are neglecting the oath they made to always prioritize the health of their patient, and the government knows that. So, and if the health workers should decide to actually go on strike, they can easily be replaced by other temporary workers. So it's not kind of easy to just go on strike and decide to make a difference through such a means.
Seems to be the way to get attention, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gets attention, but it doesn't really solve anything. The government always find a way to just go around it and, probably give them partial of what they're asking for or do nothing at all.
I hear you on that one. All right. Thank you, Emrys. And Calvin, you're up. All right, Calvin, tell us about this.
So you can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Okay, so this post is still from the Ireland community. Yeah, it's in response to the Ireland from where we were told to
Calvin,
talk about.
Calvin, you're coming in a little bit muffled.
Yeah,
Can you maybe move the
can,
mic? See if you can get it a little clearer.
can you hear me now?
Try it again.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
How about now?
Go ahead.
Uh, okay. So
Much
it's
better.
okay. So we're asked to write about what we would do if we had no online, if we had no access to any online skill, what physical skill were we going to use to survive? And I began to think, because I do not have those having that kind of skills. Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know how to do a lot of physical stuffs. So I began to think, what could I do if I should find myself in such position? And I decided to write about it. You can check it out. Thank you.
All right. That's a interesting thought experiment to go through, was figuring out if you could ended up without power, and a lot of conveniences, could you actually survive for any length of time?
Yeah, yeah, right.
So did you decide you could survive?
Yeah, I must survive. It's not if I can, it's a must. You must survive.
You'll work it out.
Yes, sure.
All right. Thank you, Calvin. And Bemier, you're up. She was ready and waiting.
Yeah, I was. I am here with another introduction post. She is new in here again. Um, she had been a lot of she has been through a lot of troubles again. Life is not fair. We almost all of us know it. And she came through all of them and she found her way to Hive to share her story. And thanks to Antoinette, who onboarded her, I think she will do beautiful things. She will create good content as well. And again, if it would be really good if you just welcome her and maybe a little bit advice as well about hi what you know. I think she would appreciate it.
I think so. She's done a very extensive post there. She's got some good pictures.
Yeah,
Nice
I
find.
bet she liked what she was doing.
Yeah, she's doing some good work there. That's hopefully that will encourage her to carry on and do some more. Very nice. Thank you, Beme. Abdul Kudus, you are up. There he is. I see him typing. Looks like you're monkeying around there.
Good day, everyone. This is a post I made to the Hive Learners community. So about wildlife and zookeeping. So I made my point about the necessity of having this wild animal in cage. So for people to sightsee them and then maybe have like a real time experience about how those animals behave, their reactions and stuff like that. So it was like a debate on is it something good or bad. So I gave my points there, and I also gave an experience about my first time seeing those animals in the zoo. So thank you. That's all about the post. Thank you.
All right. Nice pictures there, too. Thank you,
Yeah,
Q.
thank you.
Bipolar, the lady without opinions. You're up.
Hello everyone. Good evening.
Good evening or afternoon.
Oh, okay, it's evening over here. It's past
I know.
5. Past
If
5
somebody
p.m.
could, if someone could say good morning, we could kill the day, couldn't we?
Okay.
Tell us,
Yeah.
tell us about this bipolar.
Okay, so this post was talking about if the internet should go off today, because most people now their source of livelihood is the internet. So you often hear people say, "Oh, my phone is my office," because you can connect and do so many things with your phone or your laptop or your desktop, as the case may be. So in that instance, I quickly remembered, oh, I like I'm quite good in some craft, even if I don't have the patience to do it, but at least I try, or I do really well when I set my heart to it. And then I listed some of them. As you can see on the thumbnail, this hair was made by me. This is my daughter's hair. Abena called it cassava. So I was complaining that her hair doesn't grow well, and she said I shouldn't be making her cornrows since she's still a baby. I should be making her this. So this is going to be our new style going forward. And then I talked about other of my skills. So even if we're going to go back to the Stone Age, I am going to survive because I am resourceful. So that's just what the post is all about.
Being resourceful and capable. Ooh, there's some nice looking. Looks like rice and chicken there.
Yeah, I made that. We call it jollof rice and
Well,
turkey.
is that the cake?
Yeah, that's a cake. I baked that too when I used to bake. I was actually baking one time for commercial purpose. God, I've done a lot of business in this life.
And then there's crochet.
Yeah, that's the latest one on board.
That's a nice one, by the way.
Thank you.
Nice work. Thank you,
Thank
Bipolar.
you.
And,
You're
Bipolar,
welcome.
you won the
Yep.
3 HBI.
Yay!
You do that
Well,
so many times. You win a draw just as you're presenting.
the universe is in my favor.
It does seem to be, doesn't it? Yes, Ricky has joined us. All right, Luke Shell, you are up. All right. What have you got here, Luke Shell? We're not hearing you. I see you unmuted. Uh-oh. Are we having a sound issue, Luchelle? Try disconnecting and reconnecting. Let's see what happens. Here's hoping. It's frustrating when that happens. And she's back. Is it working? I hear you.
All right, I'm back for the second missionary journey. And this time I'm sharing a post by a friend, Becky Royal. I,
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you a teaser. If you love beautiful stories, like if you love stories, beautiful stories, fiction, non-fiction, and everything about stories, please visit her blog. You'll be hooked. I promise you, you'll be stuck there because she. Wow. Okay, this is one of her beautiful stories. Although I didn't like the ending. No, how can a beautiful girl be maimed like jungle justice? Yes, by the community that loved her. So when I read the post, I was angry. I was just angry. No, this couldn't have happened to Camilla. So if you want to know what happened and why she was killed by her community people, please go read the post. Thank you.
So I see the one picture in there has got a girl looking rather frightened with vegetables flying around her head. That looks,
Yes,
that's actually a
yes,
pretty cool picture.
yes, that's
Very nice. So there you go. If you want to get hooked for an afternoon, go read Becky Royal's blog. You may never appear again. Maybe not that bad, eh? And Chi, you are up. There she is.
Good evening, everyone.
Like,
Uh, my post is all about from the sci-fi multiverse, and it's all about social media on the adolescents. Um, Growing up, my mom used to a lot of the times restrict us on how we use our phone. And even when we complain of headache, mom will be like, it's because of the phone you're pressing, it's becoming too much. Now I'm beginning to understand that the then days of our parents and now it's not the same thing, because the days now is at a jet age and it's moving really fast. Parents have to do a whole lot on how to curtail what their children do online. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of good and better things on the social media space, but I think most times in life the negative overrule the positive, and the adolescent mind is a very fertile ground where things grow, be it the good or the bad. Once it is planted, it grows very fast.
the adolescent mind. That's never the easiest to understand, is it? And yet we've all been one.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Chi. And Amy, you are up. Amy. There she is. Ooh, kitty cat. Leanna kidnapped my flip flop. A cat kidnapping something? Unheard of. Tell us about this, Amy.
I know someone is laughing already. She read it and it was so hilarious to her. So this is a prompt I got inspired by. It's a picture prompt from the free writer community. We are asked to write what we feel inspired by after seeing the picture, and I thought about Liana, how she kidnapped my flip flop. So if you want to know what happened, just check the story out. Thank you.
You never know what they're going to grab next, do you? All right. Thank you, Amy. And Kitty Girl, you are up.
I saw Amy's post recently and read it, and it was a delightful read. So definitely check it out. Okay, I am sharing a post from Buttcoins, and I have two things to say about him. Number one, this post is talking about an event that he's hosting at his hotel, which he owns in Guatemala, called Hive Hub Guatemala. I mean, that's not the name of the hotel he runs, but it's the event Hive Hub Guatemala. And there's a lot of tourists that come to his hotel and the area around it every year. And so he's making a concerted effort to try to educate people about blockchain and Hive in particular, and give them a chance to be onboarded onto the chain right there in the hotel. And I thought that was such a fantastic thing to do. And if you click on his post, there's a video in it that will show you some scenes around the hotel and what they're doing and how they unwind at the end of the day, swimming and standing under waterfalls. And it's beautiful countryside there. It would really be great to visit.
It is. He's
But,
he's published some posts that's got some just awesome pictures of the area around his hotel.
well, I remember too, years ago, gosh, this was probably back in 2018 or something, he posted a walkthrough of the hotel. And I just fell in love with the place then, but it looks even better now. They've done a lot of painting and remodeling and sprucing the place up, and it really is looking great.
And he's had some Hivians
But
there doing it.
oh, absolutely, yeah. Nina eats here and Starkers, and Eco Instant and his wife Eco Instante, and maybe some others as well. But yeah, read the post and watch the video and give him some kudos for onboarding people. And then the second thing I wanted to say about Bitcoins, not only is he a good dude and he's doing good for the blockchain, but he and Shadows Pub co-host a live show in the official Hive Discord every Tuesday, and they have been interviewing some influential Javians that are either developers or project leads or whatnot. It's a very informative show, and I would advise you to click after you've read Bitcoin's post, click through to his blog, follow him, and he puts out a post called Hive Thrive every week that talks about who they're going to be interviewing for the week. And you can pop into the Hive Discord and give it a listen. If you can't make it during the show, Shadows Pub and Bitcoins have arranged for the show to be recorded so you can listen to it later. And it's just a wonderful thing. So, yay to Bitcoins and Shadows Pub for doing that.
So I actually record the show, and then I send it to Eco, and he puts it in with the rest of them that are in the Hive Discord.
Oh, I see. Since he always posted them, I assumed he was doing the recording. But
No, I
well,
do it.
yeah, very well. It's very good that they're being recorded, whoever is doing it. It's fantastic.
So if you miss Buttcoin's post on his blog, 2 hours before the show, I'd put out a post that will also tell you who the guest is and reminding people that it's 2 hours until the show.
Yeah, and even if you've been attending the shows, it's good to go back and listen to them again because you might pick up something that you missed during the showtime.
Yeah, because we cover a lot of ground.
You really do, and you do stay on top of the questions that are asked in chat. So, shout out to you for that as well.
Yeah, it's part of my role there is to kind of get it going and then keep an eye on what questions are coming into the chat and then do the wrap up. And we leave Buttcoins to ask his list during the center. So it seems to be working out. Him and I have worked well together. It's I think in the long run it's probably good that we stepped away from the other individual.
Yeah, I think you and Bitcoin seem to have very good chemistry together. You co-host very well. It's usually seamless and well done.
Yeah, and it's interesting how little backstage that we need to actually do. There's been a couple of times where we've got a question that comes up that kind of struggling where to fit it in, and I'll fire it over to Buckpoints and say, "Can you set this up?" That's how we get some of them in there at times. So, anyways, everybody's welcome to join us for that on Tuesdays. I know Adbanat has been over there and joined in. And Emery's, you're up.
And while Emrys is posting his link in chat, let me also add that anyone who is not in the official Hive Discord but wants to be, or if you get in there and you have trouble um, agreeing to the rules, let me know. I can help out. I'm a moderator in there, and I can get you set up.
Yes, Kitty Girl that gives us the magic here would before the show, so there is a notification goes out. And Luchelle has won the 3 HBI, or is it the 5? I better check that. You won the 5 HBI, Luchelle. And Emrys, go ahead and tell us about this.
Okay. I believe today is for women. So, um, okay. About this post, okay, in the previous post I shared, I spoke about some things we don't have in my country. Why in this post, I made mention of some things we don't really know we have, but I really appreciate it. those kind of things are hard weather conditions like let me say storms, tsunami, those kind of things. Those kind of things are really scarce in my country, which I really appreciate. But then, despite that, we also have some kind of we also experience some little weather conditions, extreme weather conditions sometimes. And in this, I shared a particular experience I had with extreme weather condition in a particular local community. So you can click on the post and read more about it.
All right. Very nice. Well, not very nice to have the extreme weather conditions, but certainly nice to see you writing about it so people become more familiar. So I think pretty well every country in the world is experiencing extreme weather conditions these days.
Well, I think we are still lucky compared to most countries. We are still lucky.
Um, I guess it's kind of a relative thing. It depends what's going on at any given time. You know, when I look at the flooding that took place in Texas last week, and then the wildfires that are going on in the west of this country, and it's like, I'm pretty lucky. I haven't had that kind of extreme weather, but who knows? Oh, right, we did have that ice storm. Thank you, Emrys. And Reki, you're up. You with us, Reki? I hope she's not having connection difficulty. Just when we called on her. There she is.
Hello, Shadows. Hello, everyone.
How are you today?
I'm sorry.
You got a echo in
I'm
the
sorry.
background.
That's my daughter.
Oh, hello,
um,
daughter.
yeah, yeah, she's repeating what I was saying. Keep quiet. I'm sorry. I just got back from work, so and I don't want to miss today's show. I've been missing quite a lot.
Well, glad to see
Um,
you here.
yeah. So this post I made this post 2 days ago for the Newsam monthly prompt. So it's about an unbelievable day. So I recalled an event that happened about some years back, and I made a post about that. So you can check it out and find out what I wrote about. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Reki.
Thank you, Shadows.
And Abinad, you're up. And if anybody else has got something, now's a real good time to drop emojis. Abinad?
My link disappeared, so I have to go and copy again.
Okay, go ahead.
Here, so here it is.
There we go.
So today I'm taking a post from Tesmophobia, and I was intrigued by this post because some time ago she gave away kittens for adoption, and now she went back for them to pay for their surgeries. And I'm like, what? Like, that's so lovely of you to follow up on the kittens and then take them back, pay for their surgery, and then take care of them for like post operation care or something. I'm like, that's so nice. I just decided to share it here.
Nice. And the other part was, it's in the title, surgeries were paid with HBD and Hive funds. That's really good. There won't be a bunch of wild kittens running around because they've been spayed. All right. Thank you, Abinad. And Kitty Girl, you are up.
Well, Stress Killer shared a post about someone else a while ago, but it wasn't one of his posts, so I'm going to do it for him. We were talking before everyone came in this morning about he had posted a thing in the terminal where he was going to be doing a time lapse. So I asked him a while ago if he had finished it and got it rendered, and he said yes, it's actually posted. So I went and looked for it, found it, and there are some beautiful photographs in this post that show the location where he set up his tripod and camera and made the time lapse. And he got a bunch of photos that then he then took and loaded into the computer and rendered them into one single video. And so you can just sit there and watch it. It's not very long, it's only about 30 seconds or so, but you can see the clouds flying past overhead and the shadow and the light coming in and out of the scene, the trees and stuff around the lake, and it's really lovely. Um, and the only thing I could think of that's missing maybe is a little bit of music. And there is someone, by the way, on the blockchain, if you're not aware, Stress Keller, that she is part of a collaborative project with several other musicians, and they create music for that is royalty free, copyright free for people to use in videos. And if you want to, uh, yeah, Raven, yes, pandabeatsmusic.com, I believe it is, and I can link you to it if you don't have the link, but it's lovely. But that, yeah, there's some beautiful scenery around the lake in the photos, and the time lapse is gorgeous. He did a fantastic job on it. So everyone check that out.
Oh, Abdul. Don't think he realized he had a hot mic there. Sorry, Kitty Girl.
That's okay. That was pretty much all I was going to say anyway.
So, at the same time as you're presenting Stress Killer's post, he won the NFT.
I just noticed.
Yeah. And last week, Kitty Girl won the NFT. So, how can you tie those two together any better?
I know that is just so freaky how it works out.
It sure does. We get that a lot with the draws. And the
Yeah, and it's
video.
kind of funny. The NFT to me, I know this is not what it's meant to be, but it almost looks like the stepping stones, the round stones, almost look like cookies. And the scene around the lake is kind of set in a cartouche, with sides on it, and then there's another round thing at the top that almost like it looks like a jar and a lid to the jar. So it looks like a cookie jar to me with cookies.
It could be cookies, it could be coins, it could be crypto coins, in fact. It's pretty open for interpretation, which makes it kind of
Well, I
fun.
thought you might enjoy my weird, twisted interpretation of it.
Well, sometimes with those images, that's half the fun is how is it going to be interpreted?
You could look at them as stepping stones.
Yep. They could be stepping stones, they could be coins that are stepping stones, or they could be cookies that are stepping stones. Or stepping
Cookies.
cookies.
Each cookie is a step into trouble.
Well, yeah. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to share today?
Thank you for sharing my post, by the way, Kitty.
Oh, you're welcome. It was definitely worth sharing, and I figured if you weren't gonna,
I prefer not to share my own work here.
Well, the show is actually called Pimp Your Post Thursday.
Yeah, well, I think I get enough attention already, and normally I just try to find something that surprises me during the week or something that think needs more attention. But yeah,
Well, Kitty
Well, that
Girl
is a
thought
very
you
kind
needed some
way to do it.
attention.
Yes, he did.
And
okay.
it was a good video. I played it too, so hopefully it's going to show up on the recording. That happens, Q. Up, mute, mute. Thought he'd muted. Mute, please. You
Sounds
nut.
like he's in some African striptease bar, or
It might even be somebody at prayer. It's hard to tell. Up, he hopped out. Now I can't unmute him until he comes back. I wanted to take the server mute off him so he's not stuck with it. But oh well, we'll deal with it in due course. Does anybody else have anything they want to share today? It's Dad enjoying his old time song. Fathers, gotta love him. And you've been listening to Shadows Pub host, Pimp Your Post Thursday. Thank you for joining us on PYPT, and join us next Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, keep on creating, and it's all about community. Oh, yeah. Bye, Wilma.